that's basically what we get told we have. Trichotillomania? I mean, mania? Are we like some sort of idiots? Are we some sort of people that can't control ourselves? That's what that makes it sound like. Okay, without trying to rant, I am a person that suffers from this trichotillomania, and what really frustrates me is that it's classed as like a genetic disorder. It's like, oh yeah, you got that problem, you can't deal with it, you know, none of us are going to ever escape this. We're all trapped and stuck with this problem of pulling our hair and we can't control it. That really annoys me, because personally I feel if it's something that we do to ourselves, if we're the one doing the harm, then we're the one that can stop doing the harm. Okay, so I have had this since I was about 7, and I'm not going to go and tell you what it is, because I kind of expect that you're watching this to find out how you can stop doing it, not to be told what kind of problem you have and how you really there isn't a cure and you can't do anything about it, because I've watched them. We all know, okay? It's amazing how YouTube, you can see people who are suffering the same as you. Coming from England, I mean, you guys, well, there on YouTube, all seem to be American, but I really feel so isolated. And it's amazing that, wow, people, you know, other people do have this. There is a 4% of people that have this, and they are up here. So I'm going to talk about some cures, perhaps, which could help you, and I've tried so much myself. You may be thinking, well, your hair looks perfectly fine. Well, actually, no, it doesn't look perfectly fine, but you may think it's not too bad. Actually, it's really bad. You can kind of tell here. With lots of... Oh, there we go. I basically have lots of new hair coming up. Kind of exciting? Okay, number 1. You're going to need to get a physical sort of barrier, basically. What I use personally are headscarves. I've got so many, just like this, see? One like that. I've got another one. I've got another one. And I got another one. I have so many, and I picked the colours and thought, you know, okay, some of the selections aren't great, but I thought, okay, I'll pick a nice one. What you do, slip it on your head like this. Okay, why am I showing you this? There you go. Okay, so you may look weird, but it's covering your head, and if you're working, there's nothing you can pull. I really find they work. Okay. Secondly, if you don't have the headscarves, if you don't buy them, they're only like £2 or $2, you get an actual scarf and wrap it round loads. Sometimes what I do is I put one of these on, and then on top of it I get a scarf and wrap it round and round. So literally none of my hair is even visible. Therefore, when I'm like sort of watching the telly or something, pushing out from the hair, there's nothing there. Number 2, maybe that's number 3. I'd really recommend you get some gloves. I've got latex gloves here. If you're allergic to latex, then I suppose cotton or whatever, wool, put them on. When you're watching the TV, just slip them on, seriously. Because I find that sometimes when I'm relaxing, I'm even doing it. I'm thinking, why am I doing it now? I'm always stressed. Rub gloves. Next thing, I know that we all sort of go to feel for the hair that like feels right, like kind of the odd one out almost, because it feels a bit like distorted, or just, you know exactly what I'm talking about. What I suggest is you get some plasters like these. These are just waterproof plasters, so you can't see them. Just normal plasters, and put them around your fingers. Just wrap them around as if you have a cut, making sure that you cover the tips here. That means that when you go to touch your hair, you can't actually feel for the one that feels right. So when I put my plaster on, go to do my, pull my hair, I'm like, oh, I can't really find anything, and then I just notice I stop. Really good. Secondly, at first it's a bit like, oh God, why am I doing this? If you get a diary, I've got a little small one like this, and every day I put in, 10 being the worst, a scale of how the day went. So if I was having a really bad day, I'd put 10. If it was okay, I'd put like, 3 or 4. So what I've done basically, I put a number. Oh, you can't see it. I put a number and I've put down times when I notice I'm doing it. So for example here, I was like on the computer, texting my friends on the phone, just before going to bed, thinking about things that I need to do. Okay, what I found, if you are, because sometimes it happens when I'm lying in bed and I'm like, oh my god, I need to do this, I haven't done that. If you have a sheet of paper beside your bed, like on the bedside table, when it comes to your mind, just scribble it down. It really helps, and literally it's like sort of the thought goes out from your brain, and then next morning you see like, oh yeah, I need to do that, and you can deal with it. Okay, I've lost track of numbers. If you find that you're not doing it outside, like when you're with your friends and people, then go outside more and try to be out as much as you can. If it's revision, you know, when you're trying to study, go and meet people and talk with them. That way, you know, you can revise and learn something without having to pull your hair. Next thing. Okay, literally, this is kind of the cycle that we all go through. We say, okay, I'm not going to pull my hair today, you know, I'm not going to do it, I'm going to pledge it, I'm going to write it down, I will not pull my hair today. You pull your hair. Maybe once, twice, 3 times, 7 times, 8 times, 9 times, 10 times, and you're looking down and you're thinking, crap. You know, you try so hard and you do it, and then you feel like shit, and you feel like giving up completely. Well, that is a thing you've got to get over. Have a goal of say, right, the maximum today is going to be 20 hairs, or the maximum today is going to be 10 hairs, and it's okay if you pull, it's okay, it's fine, you've got up to 10 or whatever number, and keep that number, don't change it. Just make sure you don't obviously go over it, and if you do, it's okay, because think of all the hairs you have saved, like within the last, I don't know, hour. Next thing, try and delay the time. So for example, if you kind of get the urge to pull your hair, okay, sorry. If you get the urge to pull your hair, get your phone or look at the clock and say, right, until that hand gets all the way around the clock or a minute long, I'm not going to pull my hair. And watch it. Watch the clock go round. Watch your timer on your phone. And then after a minute or 2 minutes, see if you feel the need to do it. And you probably won't. Well, also, I've read and I've tried, and it's quite good. When you do notice you're doing it, switch what you're doing, do something else. Go start doing press-ups, go and run up and down the stairs 3 times, do something. And then you come back to your work and you're like, okay, I'm good to go. That helps. I did this once, and this could possibly help you, and I stopped pulling my hair for 2 weeks. And bearing in mind I pull it every single day, or most days, this whole phase I went through not pulling my hair for 2 weeks. And it started off by every time I went to put my hand on my head just to go, I slapped myself. It's crazy, I know, but I slapped myself. And I was like, ow. And literally, whatever it was, my brain triggered. I just stopped. And unfortunately, by the end of the 2 weeks, that was the end of it. But I should have probably kept up my morale and said, actually, no, I can do it again. If I do it for 2 weeks, I can do it again. So, summary of this video. Headscarves, physical defence, hand cream, plasters, doing something, delaying the time, going to do something, getting out, being with your friends. I'm trying to think of anything I've left. And you're not alone. We will all get through this. Get the diary as well. Write it down. We will get through this. You know, in 10 years' time, this could be gone. But if you keep telling yourself that no, it's always going to be here, then yeah, then you're right, it is a genetic disorder and you'll never get rid of it. So we've got to start somewhere, and we've got to keep going and keep progressing. Whatever comes in life, I know it's so hard now because of things, you know, like people are doing really nice stuff with their hair and they have it down and they've got it curly and they're dip dyeing it and they're dyeing it and getting highlighted, and you're thinking, I can't get my hair highlighted, I have no hair. You know, it's hard, but we've got to keep goals, and we've got to keep going and staying strong, and eventually we'll be able to be one of those girls, or, well, I haven't really heard of any guys with it, but we'll be able to be the person we want to be without the worry of our hair. So if this has helped anyone, I'm really happy. Feedback is welcome. If you want to email me, please do. I just hope whatever things I've suggested works. Just try it, just do them. And negative feedback, saying I look ugly, well, that's really not going to do much to me because, hey, I have trichotillomania. Okay, bye guys.